Hello children. So today we are going to start a new topic, lac operon, which is a very important topic of genetics. But before that, I want to explain you that there are two types of genes, monocistronic and polycistronic. Monocistronic genes, they are found in eukaryotes, you know that where one gene forms messenger RNA and accordingly one protein is synthesized. While polycistronic genes, they are found in prokaryotes. And in polycistronic system, all the genes with a single messenger RNA, here you can see in the diagram that all the genes ZYA, all the three structural genes with a single messenger RNA, they are controlled by a single promoter gene, regulating the coordinated expression of all the related proteins. A gene expresses in a cell through a specific function or a set of functions, and a gene expresses itself through protein synthesis. Here we are discussing about lac operon, where lac stands for lactose and operon means set of genes. Here you can see in this diagram beta, this is a petri dish. We have taken a medium in which these E. coli bacterial cells they are growing. Initially there is no lactose in the medium. So when lactose is not there, so obviously there is no need of those enzymes which are required for its breakdown. But when we add lactose in the medium, then this lactose enters in the E. coli cell and now there is need of those enzymes which are required in the breakdown of lactose. So this is just like switch on, switch off mechanism. When lactose is all around, lactose it acts like a inducer. It induces the mechanism and the synthesis of these enzymes starts. But when lactose is not there, then no enzyme is synthesized. This simple metabolic activity, it is regulated not only by a single gene but many genes together. Now you can see in this diagram, ZYA, these are three structural genes, O is operator gene, P is promoter gene, and this is I or regulatory gene, regulatory or inhibitory gene. These many genes together they regulate this simple metabolic activity. So how do they regulate? First I would like to tell you about the function of all these genes. Z gene, it codes for beta galactosidase enzyme. This enzyme it is required for the hydrolysis of lactose. Lactose which is a disaccharide, it's broken down into two molecules of monosaccharide, one molecule of glucose and one molecule of galactose. Another structural gene Y, it codes for permease. Permease, as it's clear by its name, it increases the permeability of the cell membrane so that lactose can easily be transported inside the E. coli. Then A gene, it codes for trans-acetylase, which is catalyzing the transfer of acetyl group. P, it stands for promoter gene. Promoter gene provides a specific binding site for DNA dependent RNA polymerase, which is required for the transcription. O gene, this is operator gene. Operator gene is having a specific binding site for repressor molecule. Repressor molecule is a protein molecule which is produced by regulatory or inhibitory gene. It forms a protein molecule. Okay. So now you can see in this diagram, in the absence of inducer, here you can see in this diagram when lactose means inducer is not there, it means there is no need of these enzymes. So what happens? This I gene, it forms repressor messenger RNA, then repressor messenger RNA forms a protein molecule known as repressor molecule. This repressor is having a high affinity with the operator gene, so it binds with the operator, blocks the passage, so DNA dependent RNA polymerase cannot cross it and the synthesis of enzyme is stopped. No enzyme is synthesized, mechanism is switched off. But when we add lactose in the medium and lactose enters in the body of E. coli, now there is need of enzyme. So what happens? Lactose, which acts like a inducer molecule, it binds with the repressor, makes a conformational change in the structure of repressor molecule, makes the repressor unfit so that it cannot bind with the operator. When it cannot bind with the operator, it means passage is free. DNA dependent RNA polymerase binds itself to the promoter and starts its voice from here. and the transcription starts. Once the transcription starts, all these enzymes, they are synthesized and they start the breakdown of lactose. Lactose is broken down, E. coli takes some more lactose from the medium, that is also broken down, and slowly lactose starts depleting from the medium. And when no more lactose is there in the medium, it cannot bind with the repressor, then repressor binds with the operator and the mechanism is switched off. So lactose, it acts like an inducer. This is an example of inducible control. We also call it as negative regulation. Why we call it as negative regulation? Because this repressor protein, it prevents the transcription of RNA polymerase. That's why we call it as negative regulation.